I am or ever hope to be is because of my angel mother. That's a quote from Abraham Lincoln that he made in regard to his own mother. And I can really relate, because my mother did just that for me. She got me through the hard times of life, and she always pushed me, encouraged me to try no matter what. She told me that I was born to do great things. And if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would be where I am today, a college student. I'm pretty sure I would have just fallen into obscurity like a lot of other kids. And as the middle child of three, I know that we all posed challenges for our mother. And besides the challenges we posed, her life was a very trivial and difficult one. So I really appreciate everything she's done for us. Her patience, her resolve, it's magnificent. And my whole purpose with creating this documentary is just to thank her for all that she's done and get insight into the difficulties of her life. And maybe I can learn something. And well, at the end of the day, that's really all you can hope for. Describe the transition from Mexico to the United States.
The transition of me moving from Reynosa, Tamaulipas, Mexico to here in the valley, it was tough. It was in the early 90s, and I was born here in the United States in FAR. But since I was born, they took me to Reynosa, and I lived over there for my first 13 years of life. So the transition was major. Being that I was a teenager, and I didn't know the language. I was not used to the customs from over here. Over here in the United States, everything is so secluded and everybody's on their own little world. Everybody has a car. Nobody really says hi. Everybody's always indoors. And in Mexico, it was a totally different story. Like, especially back in the 90s when I was growing up, it was so free. You would just walk everywhere, get in the city buses and go to places. It was not as tough as it is now, especially with the violence and all that. But as a child over there, it seemed like you were way more free. You were friendlier with neighbors, and people kind of knew your business, you knew their business, and everybody would look out for each other. And over here, everybody was on their own, it seemed like to me, and it was tough for me.
And how was school?
Tough because, of course, over there I was gonna be a 7th grader. Then when I came over here, they put me down to 6th grade in a classroom with a lot of immigrants, you could say, or people that just came from Mexico and didn't know the language. So we used to have just one teacher and one teacher aide. His name was Mr. Paradise, and he was very helpful. He was a real good teacher, I can say. He would keep on telling us, don't worry, you're gonna pick up the language. And we were so like stubborn, I guess, that we thought like, no way, there's no way on earth we're gonna learn English. It seemed to be an impossibility. It was just too hard. But thank God, somehow my English is not perfect and it'll never be, but I'm hanging in there. I got it.
How did your experience affect you in the future?
My experience with the transition? Well, maybe at the time that I was during the transition, I couldn't see the benefits that it would have for my future, but it helped me to grow, mature, and at times when I was ready to give up, or even to this day, sometimes I can look back and say, if I did it then, being that there was so many things going against me, because I was not here with my family and just so many obstacles, then it seems like even though there's problems and things that here in this future from there now, I can handle it pretty much everything has a solution, and I can see that. I mean, sometimes not what I want, but everything has a solution.
Where was your family?
My family everybody stayed in Reynosa. I was the only one that was born here in the United States, so I was the only one that came when I was 13, and I lived with my aunt. And so I was raised by my aunt from 13 and on.
What was it like to be a young mother and wife?
Very challenging. Very challenging. I got married at the age of 18. I thought I knew it all, but little did I know that when you're young, every day there's still so much to learn as we go, even as I speak right now. But it was tough. It was not what I thought it was gonna be. I was still a junior in high school, and I was pregnant when I got married. So then we lived with my in-laws. We didn't have a car. We were both still going to high school, so it was very tough.
In retrospect, are you happy now?
I am very happy. I am very happy because thank God. I thank God every day because I have my children. They're grown. Everybody's an adult now. I've come a long ways, and I've learned to appreciate life to the fullest. And even though things seem tough at times, I'm very grateful because I have a roof over my head, my kids, we're all healthy, my husband. I still have my mom, my siblings, so what else can I ask for?
What is your message to your children, their children, and whoever is watching this?
That's tough. But my message is like, don't give up. Things can get hard at times, and we feel like there's no end, or at the end, there's no light at the end of the tunnel, but there always is. There's always a tomorrow, and don't ever give up. Don't ever settle. Even though things seem to be very hard, échale ganas, keep on trying. If you fall and you fall and you fall, get up again, get up again, get up again, because every day is full of challenges, and that's what we're here for. That's why we come to this earth, to continue to strive and to do better, and always try to do your best. Be good to other people, be good to yourself and to your family. Work hard, don't give up, and as many failures as you may have, I'm sure that there's gonna be more successful stories. That's what I say.
Hello, my name is Miguel, and I'm the oldest out of my 3 siblings.
And how would you describe your relationship with your mother?
We have a really good relationship. Growing up, so I'm the oldest, and when my parents had me, of course, they were in their teenage years, still in high school, so we went through a lot of hardships. But even though there was a lot of hardships, my mom taught us to persevere. She instilled in me to pursue a higher education, which I really appreciate. I was able to get my bachelor's, my master's, and now I'm studying to get my doctorates in nursing. And I really want to thank her, and well, mainly her, both my parents, but mainly her, because she was my cheerleader all throughout elementary, junior high, high school, college, and she always helped me in any way she could. I really appreciate now living on my own, just the fact that she'll still text me every day just to see how I'm doing. She calls me and she'll bless me before I go to work. So I really appreciate that. And now I like the fact that we're more like friends. We go out as a family, we go to church, we'll go out to eat, we'll go have a drink, and it's just fun. One of my favorite things to do with my mom is dance. She's one of the best dance partners because we get each other's step well. So I really appreciate the time I have with her, and I thank God that I was blessed with such a loving mom.
And what lessons have you learned from her?
A lot, but some of the main ones is, of course, to follow Christ with all our hearts and our soul. She really instills in us Christian values, which I really appreciate. She taught us that family is everything, that we can rely on her always. And one thing that she really taught me, both my parents taught me, that I really appreciate is hospitality. Even though we were poor growing up, whenever someone would come to our house, we would always offer them whatever we had, and we always tried to clean and be hospitable, which I think is something that I try to do now, living in my own place, and I really appreciate that because it feels awesome when you go to someone's house and they are offering you food, snacks, whatever, and I just try to be like that, try to have my home as a safe place for whoever wants to come, and that's something my mom really taught me.
And do you have any messages for her?
That I appreciate everything she did for me, and is doing for me, that I love her and I want to just thank her for everything, and yeah, to continue being the way she is because she's awesome.
How would you describe your relationship with your mother?
We're very close. I think we get along very well because now I open up to her. And I mean, I'm already 20 years old, so I kind of know how she is and she knows how I am. So it's at this point we're adults, so I think we're a lot closer than like I would say growing up. So we're really best friends.
What lessons did she teach you?
She taught us to never take advantage of life, especially like right now, like with this whole pandemic and you know things just going up in the air. You know, she still encourages us to live the best life, even if we're very negative sometimes. She's a very positive lady, and I don't know, she gives us hope with her words and her actions.
And do you have any messages for her in this interview?
Thank you for being such an amazing mother and an amazing daughter, an amazing everything. Honestly, I don't think you do everything very well, and God bless you always. I hope he takes care of you and I can be with you many more years because I love you a lot.
Bueno, pues yo tengo una bonita relación con la mamá, con mi sobrina. Ella es hija de un hermano mío y desde chiquita la conozco y siempre ha estado relacionada conmigo, siempre como familiar, que es hija de mi hermana. Bueno, yo la conozco desde que estaba chiquita. Estuvo aquí en mi casa, la acepté muy bien, nos la llevamos muy bien. Su familia también conmigo aquí. Aquí se criaron, pues no tantos años, pero aquí estuvieron conmigo y estuvimos felices aquí en mi casa. Con gusto yo los tenía aquí. Bueno.
¿Y la cierras otra vez?
¿Lo volviera a hacer? ¿Me volviera a aceptar?
Oh, mamacita. Pero sola. No, y también un día que se ofrezca, aquí tiene su casa, puede estar aquí conmigo cuando quiera. Yo la quiero mucho, como si fuera una hija. La aprecio y a su familia las quiero mucho. Me gustaría que un día conviviéramos más en mi casa.